Damn, that was a quick timer. Hi, everyone. So, howdy, y'all. Welcome to another video. I am TheologyMatters. I'm also Eli, and I'm also The Anomaly. I'm a 23-year-old Oklahoman. Let's get into this. So, Capitol Hill, kind of, especially the Congress, was in a tizzy over bathrooms. Because that's what they spend their time on. Anyways, sorry. So the story: Nancy Mace causing havoc because of a man. Yeah, that man. That man. Yeah, he is a man. This is Sarah McBride, Delaware's newest rep. Yay. Freaking Delaware. Anyway. Anyways. So Nancy Mace. Because I don't want to see his face anymore. Nancy Mace from South Carolina, a rep from South Carolina, has decided to make bathrooms, making sure that he goes in the male restroom. This is a tongue twister. Good grief. This is why I'm so thankful natural law exists. Anyways, so Delaware has elected Sarah McBride. Nancy Mace is trying to bring everyone into the proper restrooms. Outrage ensued quite a bit. So we've got Nancy Mace. This is a article from NBC and how that Nancy Mace went from an LGBT ally to an anti-trans culture warrior. Okay, I got 2 points from this. One, okay, I don't know. We're going to be very gracious on anti-trans culture warrior. Anti-trans, probably not really. And culture warrior, yeah, not in the way you want. And two, if that's her title, what's mine? Yeah, it's probably literally Hitler, right? But it's like, yeah, she's not any of this, and we're gonna be going into this how like this is a real just like painting her as a villain, but she's I'm a villain. She's like, how do I put this? She's like the henchman with the big gun, but then there's like the super villain behind the next door. Like she thinks like she's this, or people want to make her out to be like this big baddie. It's like, yeah, no, there are other people who are far worse in political endeavors. So, anyways, so the left weren't exactly happy. They've been going after her, also threatening her people. They put this up in the bathroom. You can't erase us, Nancy, is what they say. And just to be clear, I don't know who told them to go with red font, but I understand. Okay, you could say it's like you have blood on your hands, but I'm sorry. This I can read. This I can kind of read. This I can't read squat. That just looks like a blemish. Now I guess here's the thing: if you put "can't erase us," then maybe I could get that. But I can't read. I can't read Nancy. Like this one, I can read a little bit more because there's light. But like, who told you to go? Like, I understand this is the transgender flag, but like, who told you, or the colors? I think. But who told? Like, sorry, this is just I wouldn't say the creative part of me. What is this? The PowerPoint version of myself that's going like, you're using same colors. This needed to be black. It needed to either there be a box around this and you could highlight them all or something. It had to be something else. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but it's just, gosh, public school ruined me. So anyways, I've made that joke before. So anyways, and the right is getting on this as well, because again, as I say, Nancy Mace is not the anti-trans warrior that she thinks she is, nor that everyone wants to paint her as. We'll get into it. I've got an X, which is just the closer really, and I'll get into this. So anyways, but let me show the real tweet that everyone's responding to. So this is, she supports the gay marriage and voted for the Respect for Marriage Act. So, and again, don't you dare include me on we. I'm not with you. I don't want to be with you. And neither did two of your ex-husbands. Sorry, just thought about that. Oh, that's actually a good joke. Sorry. Um, that's actually oh damn. I didn't even think about that, but yeah. Yeah, don't include me with we. Gosh, sorry. That one's actually funny. Yeah, because she's on her third man. You would think that she's like a Black Widow based on that. Because is it Black Widow? Don't Black Widows kill their mates? Is that the praying mantis? Sorry, praying mantises do that. So, however, we're going to be seeing this reoccurring theme because the second paragraph is really more important. The first one doesn't help, but the second is kind of more where I'm going to be leaning at one point. But she says, if you're trans, I don't want your balls in the women's restroom because that's, only men should have their balls in the restroom. So, anyways, so Liz Wheeler got into this and talking to how, when we let the gays kind of do their own thing, we kind of led into the divulsion of the transgenderism. So, yeah. And we got Lee over here. He basically said about the same. Because, yeah, yeah, this ain't like you want to say this is a conservative policy. Yeah, it's not. So anyways, so we're gonna go into it starting now. So that's mainly the story. But first I'd like to do three things because this is my second time doing it because of my computer crash. But one, I'd like y'all to hit the sub, like whatever you want to do. I know everyone asks you to. I'm sorry. It's just I have to. And second, I like to thank the two groups. The first group who watched the 600 or plus so of you who watched my second to latest video. Thank you very much for that. And then the 30 or plus so of you who have watched the other video. Thank you for that as well. Metrics, I'm doing better now. So thank you all for doing that, especially since, I grew from the second time. So thank you all those who have joined. And now I'm even better on the other video coming back. So thank you all for that. So anyways, so we're going to get into this. Yeah, I'm trying to think of opening stuff that I just completely skipped. So anyway, so this is Nancy Mace. She writes this, right? She thinks that she's this great conservative, right? Excuse me. She believes though in gay marriage. She's very with the pro. She's very much an LGBT ally. Excuse me. Um, and I am moving for something I can't use. So, anyways, Nancy Mace. So this is the she's replying to the guy who wrote the NBC message or the opinion piece that I had revealed that I showed at the beginning. This. So here's the thing. She literally says, oh yeah, gay marriage, that's fine, but we just don't want transgenders in our restrooms. And what I think is very funny. Sorry, that's my next point. Sorry, let me keep on my roadmap. I want to break I so much, but it's like I got my roadmap. Stick to my roadmap for reasons. So Mace, she's not this great conservative ally that a lot of people really want to make her out to be. And I say that because she's not. She's not this great ally that ever like conservative that people kind of want to make her to be. I don't know if she's with MAGA, but it wouldn't surprise me because MAGA, if you watch the last video, MAGA kind of doesn't have brains either occasionally. I'd say Trump has brains, but I don't know about MAGA. So anyways, but I think this is funny though because one, this is the end of the slippery slope, and we're gonna get into that more so in the other one in the next point I mentioned. But it's like it literally is the end of the slippery slope. Like with the other two, with Wheeler and Lee, when they were saying like, well, we allowed all this degeneracy and now there's more. It's like you can't be surprised. Hence why, I'm saying like Mace is a reason that she now has to be her own fighter. This is like what was it? It was Lila or not Lila. Riley. There we are. Riley Gaines was with Caitlyn Jenner and saying, something about, women's sports and all. And I'm over here thinking like we wouldn't have some of these issues if Caitlyn, was still Bruce, which technically he still is. But I'm just saying, if Bruce kept his junk, you wouldn't have had by you Lila Thomas and all, which I feel like goes way over some conservatives' heads because they don't actually understand that what you did before kind of matters later. And because this is not, oh, that you're just, making it out to be severe. No, this is the end of the slippery slope. This is what all of us were complaining about with gay marriage, is that it's going to lead to a lot of more other stuff because it was wrong in the beginning. So, and I think here Mace is putting her foot down way too late, because as a reoccurring theme in all of this is, don't put your balls in my restroom. Don't put your balls in my restroom. But it's okay to be gay. But what she doesn't realize is that the transgender movement was birthed from the homosexuality, the acceptance of the homosexuality movement. And then the homosexuality kind of got birthed from the feminism, and then the feminism got birthed from the Protestantism. And that's how I go, because it was a rejection of God, or a rejection of church slash God, a rejection of family, and then a rejection of just natural order, law. Yeah, nature. So anyways, but I think it's just, this isn't like, she's not a conservative by any metrics. And I mean that like by the metric of a conservative, right? Like, you can be a Republican, but there's a certain like extent that you reach to a conservative. Like, and I'm not even saying like be like anti-women or anything makes you a conservative, or I wouldn't even say anti-women. What's the right word I'm gonna say? Like repealing the 19th, that doesn't make you a conservative. There's a lot more into being a conservative, and by conservative I do mean, conserving a long time ago, not conserving yesterday. If I sound like I've been saying that a few times, it's probably because I do. But anyways, but again, it's she's trying to be a shield and a sword, but what she doesn't realize is that she's just the arsonist and the firefighter at the same time. Hints, and I use that example too for Protestantism too. But so yeah, but moving on, she really can't be both. Like I was kind of mentioning, she can't defend the LGBT community and fight against the LGBT community. Um, because this is from 21. So this, I think, was when she first got in, um, or was running. So, here's the thing though. If you believe in transgender equality, because it says it right here, if you believe in transgender equality, then you would believe then you would believe in the equality of that transgenders act like normal humans. And so the human, or the transgender, believes that he's a woman. So he believes he's a woman. So you have to then, if you're going to ally with the community, then you're going to have to agree with the delusion. And this is why I say Mace isn't agreeing to that delusion, but yet she wants to be still connected to it. So, and this is why I'm saying she can't be a moderate on this issue and fighting, because and here's the simple thing: is this fight is not about bathrooms. No, that's what this fight started for. But the fight is more for the transgenderism. Transgenderism is really the issue that we're fighting here. And this is why I say Mace has no idea how to do this fight, because she's trying to keep kind of the moderate stance, but her moderate stance can't hold up in this fight to remove the men who think they're women out of her restroom. Because she's gonna have to say one way or another, he's a dude. And she almost agrees to that, but I haven't seen a tweet that she's basically said he's a dude and transgenderism is false. Because like, even with a lot of conservatives, I've seen that people say like, we just don't want, young girls to get, to go through all of the gender reaffirming or gender affirming care, right? But very few conservatives. So, but then the real conservatives all can say, well, transgenderism false. It doesn't matter what age you are. You're a man regardless of what your age is. Like, I'm gonna be a man regardless of my age. Like, even if I'm buried in the dirt, I'm gonna be a man. So, and this is why I say like Mace is not this culture warrior, because she's gonna have to fight transgenderism. That is what this fight is about. And Mace is going after a symptom instead of the disease, and the disease is transgenderism. Now, should we be treating symptoms? Yes. Here's the thing: Mace ain't going to go after the disease. This is like, to give an example, to put this into an example, Mace has a bucket and a boat, and she's in a boat. The boat has a water or a leak. Water is coming in. She grabs the bucket and she takes water out. She needs to plug up the hole, then remove the water. And I understand the analogy could be, or the scenario, some people can poke fun holes at it. But my point is that she's only treating the problem is transgenderism, and she's never going to go after it because she can't, or else she's not a moderate anymore. And so, that is really, and this is where I say, like, the Republicans, GOP, like, MAGA, they're going to fall. Because, like, there's Lady MAGA. Lady MAGA is a drag queen. I thought we didn't like Drag Story Hour because of all the transgenderism, because of all the guys pretending to be women and then sexually exploiting children. But then we have Lady MAGA, who's still doing things, but not in front of the children. And this is why I'm saying it's like the connection between, well, transgenderism is wrong, regardless of, what they're doing, it's still wrong. And so that's why I'm saying Nancy Mace is not this conservative that people are trying to paint her as, nor the one that she's painting herself as, which kind of leads into my next point, which isn't really issue based. It's more just kind of going after Nancy Mace a little bit. Like I did at the start of this video talking about her 2 husbands, because she has 2 ex-husbands, and she's on the 3rd. Like the last time she was in the media, it was because she was sleeping with her fiance. And of course, yeah, that's not exactly good. Like, 50 years ago, she would have been, well, I wouldn't say stoned, but definitely looked down upon. But what I think is funny is that, and this is going to be practically my thing, is that she's very much going to be a loud, masculine woman. That's all she is. And that she's not going to be effective. Because, one thing I would say, she does a lot of, loud comments, but it's not like, she's going to do some video to prove that she's based, right? Right?
What is this? This says you can't erase us, Nancy. Well, then you shouldn't try to erase women. I have to say, for any man that wants to be in a woman's restroom, bathroom, dressing room, locker room, absolutely not.
Okay, so here's the thing. She kind of went after the transgenders, but only, she put a modifier. She put in a preposition. She put in that only for girls' spaces. But why? But again, we're coming down to the same freaking issue. Why should they not be in the women's spaces? Because they're men. But of course, she will never say that because she's being a moderate. And sorry, this bothers me because we have a lot of Republicans that are weak. Anyways, because I also think it's funny because she wants to be this like tough guy, right? Like she has this thing here again, keeping the men out of restrooms. Why? Like she doesn't write that. It's like, well, this is a women's restroom, so they're men. But then we include people like Caitlyn Jenner. So how is this? It's just so either Caitlyn Jenner is still Bruce, or he's Caitlyn. Which is it? Because you know damn well that MAGA says Caitlyn. They don't say Bruce, and few will. For crying out loud, there's been was it Blair White, who's still a dude. But it's just what I think is so funny about this is she acts like a dude, which I think is very funny. Like if we're gonna talk about like what is a man, what is a woman, she's very much acting like a man. Like this is behavior of people who make a lot. Like the thing that she made was a soundbite so she can get money for her re-election campaign. Which some of the videos kind of cringe. Like I understand I've got some videos, and if you want to say it's cringe, fine. But like I'm doing this. I'm not I wouldn't be doing dumb things unless I had reasons behind it. But she does these videos, but it's like this is all. But again, she's not actually going after anything worthwhile. For crying loud, nothing even happened because the speaker dealt with it, and then now she's, I think, trying to get the mall in federal buildings, but still. But she's very much acting like a dude, which is pretty gay. Because like, yeah, she has the agree with, yeah. But the thing that I love is her next line. Her next line just deflates anything that she's got going for her. You're about to see Mama Bear. Fuck around or F around, find out, right? Which I think is so funny because it's like, you're about to see Mama Bear. You know, it's like, you're about to see Mama Bear. You ready to die today? And it's like, yeah, come at me. You know, it's like, yes, I'm scared of a woman. Okay, maybe they're one woman, but that's a different story. And write in the comments which women. No. Well, maybe if you want to. But it's like you're about to see your Mama Bear. Like, for crying out loud, I had the same issue with Mark Mullen. He went after this guy. The guy, he was in like, I think like a hearing, and he was talking with this one dude who had basically said like, I want to beat up Mullen. And then Mullen was like, well, you want to go? Huh? And like, none of them fought. You know, and it's like Mullen's over here like, you want to go? Huh? Wrestler brain. He cut weight and he lost important nutrients during his formative years. Sorry. Sorry. Just, yeah, going through public school and wrestlers, you know, it'd be like everything quiet and then and it's like, then the wrestler's like, sorry, I've been cutting weight. It's like every week they're doing it. Anyways, and this is the one where the video is there. Yeah, see, she tweets a lot. Like, I looked at her tweets. She tweets a lot, which I'm not exactly saying that that's a issue. I'm just saying it's like she tweets a lot about stuff. More than I do. For crying out loud, I've seen people who join Twitter after me and they have more posts than I do. It's like, what are you doing? But anyway, so again, she's very much acting like a man. She's trying to be like, oh, I'm this tough dude, and it's like, no, you're not. Because as a man, I would be, you know, living up to my words, which, yeah, Nancy, what you want to do? So, anyways, yeah. So, you know, she wants to be all this she wants to pretend like she's this strong, independent, based woman. I don't know about that. She's not even really conservative. And to some degree, I think some of her antics are very poorly reasoned out. They're kind of cheap. And I say this with a lot of people. A lot of people make some videos that are very unnecessary. There's a point of being funny, but then there's a point of this becomes like a main thing. Like, to give it a scenario, I went kind of after, so there was the Secretary of State for Missouri. There was a Valentina or something. I think it was Valentina Gomez. And she was always making these videos about like, we're gonna go after the pedophiles, and then like she would shoot a gun or something. It's like, yeah, cringe. Like a guy doing that, still kind of weird, but like, okay, fine, you know. Especially if the guy lives up to his word, right? And she lost, so whoops. But it's like, it's funny because like she tried to be like a man because that's of course what she needs to act like for some reason, because she thinks that's tough and people are going to like that. Yeah, no. And like, honestly, like the 3 points that I make is like some of the stuff that she's doing, because like with what she's doing now, it's really dumb because she doesn't understand the points that allowing the gay marriage, she's now allowing the transgender problem. Some of the antics that she's pulling, like the video, it's kind of cheap. It's a degree, some of the left doing some of their things, but they put up paper. That's just lazy on them. But like, if that's all they're doing, they're not really that violent, except for the one who threatened. But again, threats. Yeah, threats. There's, you know, a point of, you know, it could just be someone just angry. But I'm still saying no one should be threatening anyone, regardless of what side you're on. And then it's just ineffective because let's be fair, Mace, after like a couple days, like we're probably never gonna have this issue again. Like if McBride gets onto, I said she, holy crap. I can't help it. Sarah, I know a Sarah, so, and I know to call her a she because she's a freaking woman. Anyways, but I doubt Mace is going to continue on this. Like, even if she does, again, it's like you're not this moderate. So, anyways, so that's really it. Mace is failing us because she's not really a true conservative. She's not going to go after the issue at hand, which is transgenderism. And then, of course, she's just a man that looks like a woman. Yeah, we want to talk about trans men. Woman, you're acting more like a man than. She acts more of a man than Sarah McBride. That's going on a short. Um, that's she's so masculine. Sarah McBride gave her all the masculinity. So anyways, but that's practically it. So thank you all for watching. We're gonna see if Mace actually does anything. I sincerely doubt it because a lot of people in politics, they tend to be loud, and that's all they are. I know on Wikipedia, when I was doing a little bit of looking at her, I know there was like former staffers who were saying like she's very media needy. I don't know about that, but I would say based on the videos I'm watching, it's not surprising. But to be fair, that's a buttload of them. Like I don't there's a lot of so-called like Congress people who do a lot of sound bites for re-election campaigns because of course they do. Because that's what they care about. They care about their re-election. They don't care about you, the people. They don't care about the issues that will affect you potentially. They don't care of actually treating the problem because they just like their power. And they also want to be like I have a video that will eventually show up, but whenever I get to it. Sorry, everything keeps getting in head. But it's really funny because Mace is sticking where she is because if she went after transgenderism and let's say transgenderism fell, then what's the need of Nancy Mace anymore? Because the problem has been solved. And so that's why problems exist, is so that Republicans can stay in office to fix them. There's a very few of people who are okay with solving the issues and then going and living as a hermit for, however long, and only coming out as kind of like, how do I put this? Like, kind of like the actors who leave their roles and then come back for one more round, to play their character because a sequel has decided to make, because the nation needs you. So, yeah. So that's basically my main points. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope to see you on another one. I've got maybe about 6 other political ones. Gaming finally will come out potentially whenever. I still have to fix OBS. And excuse me, I've kind of been lazy on that. But anyways, peace out. Become a better people. And that way the world is better for it. Peace and be good.